lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go, Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go.
What's going on, everybody? It's EVP from the EVP Show, and we are live for your Monday Night Raw Recap. Starting a new week. Yeah. I'm just retweeting everything. It looks like StreamYard's back working, so it is allowing me to go live on the GW television page and my X page, but I'm trying to see if it's actually working. I know StreamYard was playing up earlier, so hopefully they have their shit together. Yeah, shout out to everybody for pitching in, obviously. I was able to get a fantasy football league field. So that's good stuff right there. So like I said, next year I got to not wait till the last minute to get a league field. Still got some people coming to me in case I want to do another one, but I just don't know if I have enough time. We're like 20 days away from the end of August, so we'll see. But the $25 league field. I got a couple of backups in case people want to not pay. That's usually the most difficult part is to collect payments. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I got a message me earlier, Kingpin, about starting another one, but we'll see. I told him I'd put him on the list if somebody didn't pay. Obviously, that's the most difficult part about fantasy is, people. I mean, a lot of the people I know everybody except for a couple of them, but people like to wait till the last minute. Normally, by now, I have 4 or 5 leagues filled, have all the payments, and I already have the draft order set and everything like that. But we got it filled. I do have a backup in case there is that one person that doesn't want to pay. But somebody has reached out about starting another league, but I really don't want to dive into that because I know it's good. It already feels like it's kind of going to be a pain collecting on this one. So, I reached out to everybody and told them how to pay. So it's $25. It's not like it's a huge league, a huge amount. So. But yeah, it looks like StreamYard got their stuff fixed. Shout out to everybody that, again, for rocking with me for the last 15, 16 weeks for Doubleheader Sunday. LFG I'm done with LFG for right now, until maybe season 4, but we'll see. Just Sunday Scoops is my #1 show, so I don't want to feel like I'm having to rush through that. Even though yesterday was 3 hours, you guys did good. Last time I looked, it was 12 or 13 likes. So I wish I could get that on every stream, but it looks like YouTube is trying to screw the content creators over. I don't know. They got some new laws out. I think you still can get. Monetized at 500 subs. But they're changing up a lot of the rules about the YouTube short. I think Denise on Saturday posted about it. Like I said, I'm nowhere close to that. I think you still have to get like 3,000 watch hours, and I'm still like a little bit under 1,000 watch hours. So I got to get another 100 and something subs, and I got to put watch hours out. But in order to do that, I have to put out shorts. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But shout out to everybody for coming in. Me and Miami will be starting the NFL, the EVP Miami NFL recap show towards the end of August. And like I said, reach out to me or Kingpin. I'm down to throw a little cheap league together, $10, $15, something like that. If we can round up to 12 guys pretty quick, Kingpin can tell you I literally made that league in like 10 minutes on ESPN. I already have all the settings from all my other leagues. So I just kind of implemented it. So yeah, I mean, I had a couple of people reach out on Discord. Because I did pick up some people from the Discord, from the betting Discord server. So if it wasn't for them, I don't know if I would have filled them. But one server has over 16,000 people in it. So I'm pretty sure if we really wanted to do another one, we probably could. But right now, my main goal is to try to collect all the entries for this league and get the yeah, I mean, I would be down to do it. Like I said, just need the people. What's going on, Luke Gotti? Good to see you. Make sure you hit that like button if you can for me on YouTube, as you always do. I appreciate it. Yes, if you're interested there, I don't mind $10. Yeah, I mean, even if it's 10 teams, it doesn't necessarily have to be 12, but I'd be down to do another. I mean, I usually have a 25, a 50. A 15 and 100 every year. Next year, I'm definitely going to be working on getting back that $100 league. That was the league I had the longest. So that was the most fun. You don't see a lot of like funny trades, and people do take that a little bit seriously because you're playing for like $1,200. So yeah, it's a lot different than. What's going on, Raymond? I haven't seen you in a while, brother. It's been a while since I've seen you. Raymond was considering playing in the league, but he said he's in like several of them. So I haven't seen you in a while. Raymond is in my Discord news channel. And congrats to Tribal Kingpin and to Yankees Girl yesterday for winning the 1 month exclusive news channel. I put a few things in there, but I've really kind of I'm not got away from it, but I'm trying to get this fantasy stuff taken care of. So if you guys are in the league, try to get those payments in quickly as possible so I can get the draft order set, because I have to go in and randomly do that on ESPN. So if you are in the league, try to get those payments in, or your entries in, not payments, but entries, so that maybe I can start to focus on maybe another small league, because I have had 2 messages since Raw came on. About if I was going to try to open up another one. So we'll see. It just depends on how quick these entries come in. Because like I said, I'm not going to wait till the last second. I do have people backups in case people don't want to pay. So yeah, I'm usually very strict on that. I will not do a randomized draft order until every payment's in, because I've done that. I made that mistake when I first started and going ahead and randomizing it, and then people just see they're in a bad position, which I don't think. I've won fantasy from every single position there is, but they don't like where they're at. They won't leave the league. So I've made it very apparent now that I'm only going to. I'm not doing a draft order until the entries are in. So. Because people see where they're drafting and are like, oh, I'm not paying. So fuck that. Like, that's not how you do shit. I've been busy a lot lately. Apologies. All good, brother. You've been missing out on Scoot though. So definitely been missing you on Scoot. It's kind of been my #1 show so far. So people have been killing it. I mean, I think I had 17 likes last Sunday, at least 12. So somebody will win another month. Raymond is in the news channel. He's paid up for a while, so I think he's in there close to almost to the end of the year. So shout out to Raymond for that. If I do a small league for fantasy, you would be in. So yeah, I mean, like I said, there's several others that's commented. I may try. We'll see. I don't want to make any promises. Like I said, I only have one person so far that's paid their entry. So once I can get about halfway, then I can start thinking about the old league. But right now, my goal is to get everybody's entries. And a couple people said Thursday. I think somebody said Tuesday of next week. So like I said, it's always so sporadic, especially when you deal with the bigger leagues like 25, 50, and 100. The $100 league, believe it or not, was the easiest one for me to collect, because I had the same people every year. And they just paid really quick. So I've had more problems with the smaller leagues, truthfully. in the bigger league, so it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I will hit you up, Raymond. I'll talk to Kingpin. Like I said, I gotta get this one settled first before I can think about. If I get everything done and still have 2 weeks left, we may try to throw a $10 league together or something like that. I don't think I would have any problem filling a $10 league up, especially in the Twitter community. So, um, I mean, I have an open league in ESPN. I wouldn't even have to make it. Just have to transfer everybody over there. So we'll see. I don't want to make any promises. Like I said, my top priority is this group that I have and this league. So once people start paying their entry, then I'll focus on that. So, but I will hit you up if or you'll see my post if I decide to do another one. Shout out to Greg for reposting the stream at DW Family Media. Make sure you follow Greg and the DW Family Media page. It looks like StreamYard is so I use ESPN and Sleeper apps. I have two. Also have two open leagues on Sleeper as well. So it'll just kind of be everybody's preference. I don't have anybody in my Sleeper league. So like I said, I think I ran 5 leagues last year. I had 2 on Sleeper and 3 on ESPN. Yeah, it was 2 on Sleeper and 3 on ESPN. This year it's like 1, so I feel like I'm like missing out. So we'll see. We'll see how quick the entries come in. If I can get them in the next week, then by next week, then I'll try to throw together another $10 league or something like that. See if we can get some people. So this is your Raw recap. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Raw coming out of SummerSlam was really good. This show is okay. It wasn't groundbreaking for me personally. But there was some good spots and there were some bad spots. The Braun Breaker Obafemi stuff is really good. Saruka, and I don't know why they labeled EO as a mystery partner in WWE with that crazy shit. I definitely got that wrong. I thought that was going to be Lola, but it is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Like I said yesterday, can't get them all. So maybe she's going to SmackDown. I don't know. I guess they're going to overload the women's division on SmackDown. So what's up, Dennis? Good to see you. So yeah, I just certain parts of Raw tonight. I don't know. I like what they're doing with Oba and Braun. They're definitely not going to run that right to second. I think that's going to be something that they drag out for a little bit. Possibly could go towards the end of the year. I don't know. Everything's still up in the air. So I think they've pretty much got to maybe Money in the Bank booked. So I know Roman. I believe Roman's based in LA Knight in New Orleans. So yeah, I was pretty convinced it was Lola as well. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't think that was changed. I think that I just got some misinformation on that. Truthfully. There's a big difference between Triple H making changes, but I don't think that was changed. I think that was just a big old fat miss. Truthfully, I think he just got that one wrong. Truthfully, you have a strange, weird feeling about what? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read your comment before. To be honest with you, I believe the Beast will sneak back on Oba. I don't think Brock Lesnar's retired. I said that yesterday. I don't know if you were here for my scoop show, but I still think that there's a possibility he works in Saudi Arabia. I think it's a one and done, though. I don't think he's going to do multiple matches. I can't see it. Still don't know if he's even going to do one, but I'm not 100% convinced he's retired. But we'll see. If not, he's definitely going to go in the Hall of Fame in Saudi Arabia. I don't think we see Cena in the Hall of Fame there, but I do think we see Brock. Yeah, it does. They keep throwing Brock's name out there, so they're talking about him. So we'll see. Can't wait to what they do with Tatum Paxton on SmackDown with Charlotte and Alexa. So that was actually Charlotte. So a couple of weeks ago, I was told Tatum was supposed to be coming to Raw, but Charlotte wanted to do a faction. She requested Tatum, so Charlotte players got a lot of pull. I like it. I think it's great. They already have Fatal Influence with 3 women. They got the baddies with Jade, B-Fab, Meechin. And now they got Charlotte and Alexa and Tatum. So SmackDown's killing it on the women's side. So look forward to seeing what they do with Tatum. I think her and Alexa could be front runners for maybe going after Fallon and Laney eventually for those tag titles. Maybe even the U.S. title, because I think JC wins that Friday from Tiffany. We'll see. There's probably going to be a lot of stuff changed again with the Chelsea, just depending on how bad Chelsea's hurt, if she has to have surgery. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what Tatum's going to do. Yeah, JC. I would think she wins the title Friday. Truthfully, I would be really surprised if she doesn't win the U.S. title Friday. So, but that's SmackDown. This is your Raw recap. Let's get into it. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think, what you thought about the Raw recap, or what you thought about Raw, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. While we're going over it. So, and if you're watching live on YouTube, please hit that like button. Definitely help me out. The algorithm, like I said, YouTube is changing up a lot of stuff. Have to go. I don't know what page. I saw it on somebody's page, but YouTube's changing up a lot of rules. They're making it really difficult for people to make a lot of money off of YouTube. So, you can still get monetized at 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours to get super chats and stuff like that. But I think it's like the ads and stuff like that on the shorts. So, in a restaurant doing this stream, so it's only being really loud to share. Raw was 6 out of 10 for me. It was okay, nothing really interesting. So, yeah, I mean, it was okay. I mean, it definitely wasn't as good as last week. I like the women's stuff with Becky, Stephanie, and Liv. Definitely headed for a triple threat there, for sure. Love Soul looked good tonight. I love that they're reincorporating her and Io and Flower into the Intercontinental Championship. Don't really care that much for what they did with Soul, though. But I don't think he's going to be back with Roman. I don't care what happened at the end of the match. They're going to set something up. Solo is going to be against it, probably a War Game. Solo too over the baby face right now. They're not going to do that. So tonight, WWE Raw, August the 10th, is from the Scope Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. Actually been through there a couple of times. We're going to see the tournament. I'll quickly run through this tournament bracket with you guys really quick. The one that the winner will face Roman Reigns. I believe it's September 14th in Mexico. Let's see, I know I have it right here. Where is the bracket? I have so many videos and pictures in my phone. So, all right. So tonight, in the top half of the bracket, we're going to see Penta against Laredo Kid. With the winner of that facing the winner of Psycho Clown and La Parka, which I believe that match will take place this weekend on AAA. That will not happen on SmackDown. And then next Monday, we're going to get Dragon Lee versus Dr. Wagner, Dr. Wagner Jr. and against Dragon Lee, and Ray Phoenix against El Fiscal next Monday on Raw. It definitely is setting up for a Penta Ray Phoenix final, is what it looks like to me. But that is your 8 guys. Penta had a first round match tonight. Penta's got to be the favorite here. I mean, if they fumble this or change this, and they're just idiots. So we're gonna see Penta in the first round take on the one half of the AAA Mixed Tag Team Championship Kid in a WWE World Heavyweight Championship #1 contenders match. Plus divisions. One half of the WWE World Tag Team Champion. They call him the Pressure now. I don't know why, but that's him and Maxine. That's their new lead and Edge. But yeah. So Austin Theory's going one-on-one with the characters out, which the match wasn't terrible. I thought it would be absolutely awful, but I don't know. They got to get away from that. We're also gonna see let's see, the tag team match, the Judgment Day, the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Sol Ruca and Io. It's supposed to be a mystery partner with Io Scott. So Stephanie Bacour, who looked phenomenal. She's back. Looked good. And also Becky Lynch as well. Seth Rollins was advertised, but he's on a break, so I don't know why WWE advertised him. So he was not showing up. So the show opens up with Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Welcome us. We see the pre-show arrival of live premiere itself, Stephanie Bacour, Becky Lynch, and all of the people. We get a video package recapping the segment between LA Knight and Roman Reigns last week on Raw. Also, we saw what happened at the end of Raw last week when Jacob Fatu absolutely destroyed Royce Keys. They said he had something. They gave him they go to ChatGPT for these medical diagnosis, something to do with the larynx. He's out indefinitely. Somebody on the Scoop show yesterday said he was being released, and I said that's absolutely not the case. He was just written off of TV. I think he'll be back to get ready for War Games. I believe he'll be involved in War Games on the other side of the bloodline. So that Royce Keys has a cervical strain, a damaged larynx and a cervical strain. He's out of action indefinitely. They say that all the time. So the show opens up with Solo Sikoa. He's making his way through the crowd. Like I said, he was originally supposed to go back with Roman, but they started noticing the crowd reaction on Solo. So he's definitely getting a lot of cheers. He's getting a lot of crowd reaction as a babyface. So he makes his way through the crowd. He's mocking the Usos. So Sikoa asked if he is in the right place. He said Norfolk, Virginia. I mean, the crowd went pretty crazy for him. So then says, we saw what happened last week. The bloodline took out Royce Keys. So then says he came to Raw tonight to deal with some family business. Then out comes his big brother, main event, Jey Uso. He interrupts, makes his way down to the ring. Solo looks at Jay from the aisle and says he wants to run it back. Jay then asks Solo if he wants to do this. Jay then says, do you want to air out our family laundry? Says, you know what the issue is and you know how to fix it. Jay then says, Roman Reigns called the play, and it's time for you to fall in line. So Dakota then says he doesn't buy what Jay is saying. So then asks Jay how things went because you look like you fell off. He said, did you fall in line? He said, I'm not going back. I'm happy where I'm at. So then says to Jay, you were a world champion. You won the Royal Rumble and you beat Gunther at WrestleMania. When people heard your music, the kids were happy. So then says, now all of that crap is out the window. So then laughs and says, it sucks to be you. So then says he is not coming back to the family and he loves where he is at. Gets a loud ovation from the fans in Norfolk. Jay then tells Solo to shut his ass up. That's what he said. Jay then says he told Solo, he said, I raised you. He said, I changed your diaper. Jay then says, you are here because he said you see that big house you got? It's because of us and the bloodline, and you see that your family is well taken care of. It's all because of the bloodline. So Jay says that Solo's here because of them. Jay says you have that nice house and you're set for life because of us and the bloodline. Jay then says, you mock it all. Jay then says, we will say this tonight. Jay then says, when I win, you will come back home to the bloodline and fall in line. And then Jay said, "This is your warning shot." So the whole famous warning shot. So then ask if everyone if they're okay from that big warning shot that Jay shot out. Solo's funny as hell. He really is. So asked if they're okay and if they got shot by Jay. So then says he accepts. So then says, "Tonight, when I beat you, Jay, you and this family can leave him the hell alone." So that is the stipulation in the main event. Jay versus Solo. If Jay wins, Solo has to come back to Roman, which will be next Monday. I think it's going to go south from there. It's going to be some crazy shenanigans that happen from that. But if Solo wins, then the bloodline has to completely leave Solo along, which they're not, because I believe this is going to War Game. Shout out to Greg for reposting stream from DWE Family Media. I should follow DWE Family Media page on X as well. Comments on this. People are so loud in here. It's ridiculous. He says, "Everybody out. Is everybody all right back there?" So it's crazy. So good promo, but that sets up the main event for tonight. So we get a video package for Penta and Laredo Kid. Both of them talking about how they want to achieve their goal of getting to the finals and winning the tournament. They say it will be the first time that the World Championship has been defended over the World Heavyweight Championship has been defended over in Mexico. So a good video package there for Penta and the Laredo Kid. Obviously, we didn't see many video packages from anybody else in the tournament. So Penta got to be the favorite here. So we see Jay Uso in the back. He's walking up to his brother Jimmy and Jacob Fatu. Jay tells Jacob, said, "What's going on?" Jay said Roman called the play and he was trying to handle the Solo Sikoa problem. Jacob then says, "It sounds like Jay Uso was ignoring them." Jay then says he will bring back Solo Sikoa to the bloodline. Jacob then says the only way Solo Sikoa is getting back to the bloodline is if you win tonight. So a lot of heated, you can still tell there's a lot of tension between Jay and Jacob Fatu. So they're doing definitely a good job of keeping that tension in the bloodline instead of pretty much running the same story they ran back in the day. So we're gonna go to the first matchup of the night. It is the #1 contenders tournament for the Raw Championship match between Roman Reigns and Mexico. It's going to be Penta going one-on-one with the one half of the AAA Mixed Tag Team Champion, Laredo Kid. So both enter the ring. Who is going to move on to the next round? Get one step closer to facing Roman Reigns in Mexico. The match starts off with Penta applying a side headlock, and he kicks the Laredo Kid in the midsection. Laredo then delivers a big kick. Laredo then heads to the top rope and hits a missile drop kick, sending Penta outside the ring. Penta then hits a Pele kick. He heads to the top rope and hits a crossbody. Penta then hits a Hurricane Rana. Then the fight spills to the outside. Laredo Kid then hits a huge moonsault, taking out Penta on the outside. Once they're back in the ring, Laredo hits Penta with multiple sentons. It goes for two separate pinfalls, but Penta kicked out. Penta then hits a back body drop, and he follows up with a series of clotheslines. Laredo Kid then fights back, and he pounds away at Penta. Laredo then tries to rip Penta's mask off, which is absolute and literally great wrestling. You're not supposed to take their mask off. Penta then hits several forearms, but runs into a super kick. Laredo Kid then applies a chinlock in the middle of the ring. Laredo then delivers several right hands on Penta in the corner. Laredo then runs into a big boot from Penta. Penta then hits a sling blade to Laredo Kid and follows it up with a backbreaker. Laredo then hits a 450 flash off the top rope. Penta kicks out at 2. Laredo then runs into another super kick from Penta. Penta then hits a backstabber, but Laredo Kid kicks out at 2. Both men then trade strikes in the middle of the ring. Penta then hits a big, huge kick to Laredo. Laredo fires back and hits a heavy right hand. Penta then hits Laredo with another super kick. Penta then launches himself off the top rope, wiping out Laredo Kid. Back in the ring, Penta hits a Penta driver. But Laredo kicked out at it too, so this was a really good match back and forth. Laredo then dropped Penta with similar move to the Penta Driver, but it wasn't exactly the Penta Driver. Looked similar to the Mexican Destroyer, but it wasn't. Laredo then heads to the top rope and launches himself, but Penta moves out of harm's way, and then he hits Laredo Kid with the Mexican Destroyer for the 1, 2, 3. So Penta has advanced to the next round. He will be facing the winner of, let's look at the bracket again. I have to go to my photos. Penta will move on to the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So quarterfinals. So Penta will move to the quarterfinals, where he will face the winner of Psycho Clown and La Parka, which will take place this weekend at AAA. So Penta's going all the way for sure. There's no way that they're not gonna have Penta win. So all right. Penta advances, great match. The winner of the first round match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship #1 contender match for the title match in Mexico, Penta. And then we take a look. WWE is booked the first ever, or not the first ever, but a European tour before the Royal Rumble. They talked about, I believe it's a Raw or SmackDown going to be in Scotland. A couple of places that Raw and SmackDown have not been before on the European tour coming up in January. So we go to the back and we see Byron Saxton. He is with the Vision. And I put this in the chat. Bron Breakker looks like the Exorcist. Like he is just so like zoned out. Like all he's thinking about Femi, and how he just looks really miserable. I think it's only a matter of time before he definitely when they drop those titles. Maybe they're waiting on Bronson Reed to come back before he leaves, but he's definitely about to break away from the Vision. They got to get him out of that group. So Logan Paul cuts Byron Saxton off and calls the Alpha Academy a bunch of losers. Logan Paul says they are losers, which is why Maxine Dupree left them. Maxine Dupree then talks about how she has the hottest man in the world and how great he is, talking about Austin Theory. Austin Theory then vows to give Akira Tozawa an ass whooping tonight. Bron Breakker is just showing, just standing there. He's just off in the corner, like not way away from them, but a little bit away from them. But you can tell he's like not into the interview at all. He's still thinking about that encounter he had with Femi last week. So interesting stuff there. Bron Breakker's not far from breaking loose of the Vision Vortex. So he then asked Bron Breakker. Then Austin Theory, Maxine, and Logan Paul walk away, and Bron Breakker asked Byron Saxton if he likes what he thinks about Femi, and Byron's like, I like him, and he said, do you think that he is the future of WWE? Don't really remember what Byron Saxton's answer was, but Bron Breakker told Byron Saxton that he thinks that he sounds just like Paul Heyman. So they're definitely still telling the story with Paul, Braun, and Oba, but ultimately I believe Paul is going to end up with Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker wanted to know, is Femi the future? So we go to the next matchup of the night. It's going to be Austin, the Pressure. They call him the Pressure. Austin Theory makes his way out to the ring. Company to the ring. He is one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions with Bron Breakker. Company to the ring by Bron Breakker, Logan Paul, and Maxine Dupree against little bitty old Akira Tozawa, who's alone. So you kind of know how this is going to turn out. So the match will top with Austin Theory hitting an elbow to Akira Tozawa. Austin Theory then runs into a big boot. Tozawa is a little human gas tanker. He never gives up, so I definitely respect him for that. Little small guy, but he definitely tries to hang in there. Tozawa hits a Hurricane Rana. Tozawa then goes for a suicide dive, but Austin Theory hits him with a clothesline. Austin Theory then pounds away at Tozawa. Obviously, Maxine is just loving it. Austin Theory pops a chin lock in the ring. Austin Theory then hits Tozawa with a backbreaker. Theory then sends Tozawa in the corner with an Irish whip. Tozawa then responds back with the kick of his own to Austin Theory. Austin Theory then continues to beat down on Tozawa. Tozawa then goes for a sunset flip, but Austin Theory puts him down with a clothesline. So then Maxine Dupree, she gets involved. She definitely loving this heel character. She's definitely embracing it. I feel like she's doing well with it. I just don't think the Vision has much traction, in my opinion. She slaps Tozawa behind the referee's back. Tozawa is then hung up on the bottom rope. Austin Theory is right back on the assault. I know that when they were on the outside, Austin Theory held Tozawa's head up and said, "You want a kiss from Maxine?" I said it like twice, and then she said, "Not in this lifetime." And then I guess she kissed Austin on the cheek. So I don't know. Maybe Lita and Edge 0.5 or something, because they're not going to put that kind of stuff on Netflix. Tozawa then hits Austin Theory inside the ring with the big DDT, and then he hits a big boot to Austin. He follows it up with a Shining Wizard and hits a senton. So a lot of big offense from Tozawa, but Austin kicks out at 2. Tozawa then hits a series of yes kicks, made famous by Daniel Bryan, also the Miz as well. Follows it up with a kick to the jaw. Austin Theory and runs to the other side of the ring, up under the ropes, follows it up and hits a huge monster forearm to Akira Tozawa for the 1, 2, 3. So Austin Theory gets the win, but Braun Breaker's just staring out into space like he's possessed. He looked like he come from the Exorcist movie. After the match is over, Maxine Dupree tells Austin Theory that to finish him, she wants to see him punish more. She actually even grabs the steel chair. Obviously, that's when the officials come out, but and not allow him to hit him with the steel chair. But Theory launches a beatdown on Tozawa. Maxine then pulls out that steel chair. Adam Pearce makes his way out and pulls that steel chair out of Austin Theory's hand to break that up. Braun Breaker was setting up for a spear on Tozawa. I mean, he was fixing to cut Tozawa in half with that spear. But we get Wwe Raw music. And like I said, coming out of SummerSlam, we got to have something for Wwe Raw to do because they're not doing Wwe and Roman right now. So why Bronson Reed's not back on television? That is a great question. But got to keep Wwe busy. And this is a great feud. Everybody is ready to see this match. I just don't know how soon WWE is going to give it to us because it's one of their big money makers that we're going to be seeing for years and years and years. So Wwe Raw music hits. While Braun was setting up for the spear, Braun Breaker then stops. Wwe Raw then kicks Austin Theory while he's making his way down to the ring. So he just made waste of Austin Theory really quick. Shout out to the WWE Media page where he posts on stream. If you guys are watching live on YouTube, please hit that like button. That does help me out. So thank you guys so much. So Wwe Raw continues to stare down at Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is absolutely obsessed with this Wwe Raw thing since last week. Coffee break, EVP, don't work too late. No, I'm not gonna try not to. Hopefully be done here in the next 30 minutes or so. So appreciate you coming out. So Wwe and Braun continue to stare down at each other. Wwe Raw then gets in the ring, and as soon as he steps into the ring, security is quick to break him. Like I said, this is a matchup that we're going to be seeing for years and years to come. It's going to be a WrestleMania main event. Probably not just one, probably multiple times. We're going to see this match at WrestleMania. These two guys are definitely, with Jacob Fatu, are definitely at the forefront of get rest home girl. Get rest home girlfriend. Worry about you. Nah, it should be okay. I'm good. It's been a long day though. So anyway, so as soon as Wwe Raw gets in the ring, security stops them. Like I said, they're teasing this match really hard, but I don't know how soon we're gonna get it. I think it maybe close to the end of the year. Maybe something happens with them at Survivor Series. They could potentially hold this off. WWE is known for dragging stuff out. And like I said, with these two guys, they are two of the cornerstones of the future of the company. They're going to be main event WrestleMania for years to come. So interesting to see when we get the. And like I said, things are very, very far from over with these two guys. So see Kathy Kelly in the back with Rey Mysterio, the GM of AAA, doing a phenomenal job over there. Kathy asked Rey about the tournament and the opening match. Rey said that Penta and his opponent had a banger of a match. Rey then says when they return to Mexico, Roman Reigns will have one hell of a match on his hands. Look forward to Roman and Penta. That is going to be a great match. Love to see what Penta can do in the ring against Roman. So Dragon Lee then shows up to thank Rey for the opportunity to participate in the tournament. Then Dominic Mysterio shows up, which I was always wondering why Dominic wasn't in the tournament. Didn't make a lot of sense. I felt like WWE has really fumbled the bag with Dominic Mysterio. I know he's the AAA champion right now, but my gosh, like this guy, in my opinion, I just don't think they know what to do with him. I don't. Dominic says he wants to know why he's not in the tournament. His dad's standing right there. Ray says he didn't think Dominic needed another handout. So maybe that's why Dominic's not in the tournament. I don't know. Something's got to give for Dominic. He's going to drop that AAA championship, I believe, at Triple Mania to El Grande on my birthday. So I don't know what WWE can do. If they're splitting the Judgment Day up, I say move Dominic over to SmackDown. Give him an opportunity, maybe at a U.S. title over there, because he's not winning the world title on Raw. That top of the card over there is just completely stacked. I don't think he's winning the world title on SmackDown either. So, what do you do with them? It's just difficult to say. Dominic says he wants to know why he isn't in the tournament. Ray says he don't think Dominic needs another handout. Dragon Lee then tells Dominic to show Ray some respect that he is the greatest luchador of all time. He then says he will talk to Adam Pearce about a match tonight. Dominic Mysterio says he will prove tonight why he is the greatest Mysterio of all time. So, if you are watching on VPN, Danhausen then drives out and uses everyone else's catchphrases. Danhausen shoots off some of the human monies out into the WWE universe. That was the first of two times. He called it Norfolkhausen. So we saw Solrucahausen tonight and Norfolkhausen. So Danhausen, I'm telling you, he is not going away. That is one of WWE's biggest money makers. So Goddess Bob Seth's not there. I don't know why they advertised him, because I talked about it yesterday on Scoot. He is on a break. After Roman, like they kind of got less to settle. There's really not any type of program. I don't really think they could put him in right now. Because I don't think he's going straight back to the bloodline. So I don't know why he was advertised. Like I said, I didn't ever think he was going to be on the show. So I believe he'll be off for a little bit longer, but we'll probably see him back. I would say maybe by Money in the Bank. I definitely think Seth's involved at War Games in some capacity. We'll see what team he's on and what they have next for Seth Rollins. Like I said, I do believe that him and Becky are both on the back end of their career. So Seth will take a little break. So this is Stephanie Balcourt, who made her return last week after WWE. The report come out that WWE, she had been cleared for over a month, but WWE is holding her back, waiting for the perfect opportunity, which I talked about. I'm sure me and Kyle will talk about Wednesday. You're welcome. For sure. Anytime. I'm sure me and Kyle will talk about it Wednesday, but wow, they held Stephanie out for a month. It's just unbelievable. I don't know. Maybe they were waiting on Becky to come back too. Because obviously all three of them are engulfed in this triple threat, which I do 100% believe this is going to be a triple threat. I can't see it happening. I hope it doesn't happen at Sunday night's main event. this needs to be at Money in the Bank because I selfishly want to see it. So hopefully that's where it happens. So her music hits. Let's actually got some new music. You can see the Devil's Horn coming up. So maybe they're working on a lot of different things. Maybe new entrants. Stephanie looks in incredible shape. She looked good. So good to see Stephanie. You don't think you feel like WWE's not believing in her? I mean, it's the way it seems. It definitely seemed that way. Her first title reign was, I mean, when she was in NXT, she was the top star over there. 2 belts, North American champion and the women's NXT champion at the same time. She was definitely the GOAT over there at NXT when she was there. But then she got called up. She won that title. I believe it was a vacated title or something at that time. I can't remember that far back. My memory's terrible. But I know she beat Io Sky at WrestlePalooza. But her title reign was not much. So I don't think WWE knows what to do with that Women's Raw Championship. I don't. It went from Io to Stephanie to Liv. And none of the 3 title reigns have been worth the crap. NXT, she was a really big star. So she makes her way down to the ring. She grabs the microphone and starts off by greeting the WWE Universe. She did most of her promo in Spanish. Stephanie then says she is happy to be here. She says she missed the ring. She says she missed every Monday Night Raw. She said she thanks the WWE Universe for their constant support. I hope her and Becky have a great match. I think it's going to be great. I think that neither one of them need to lose to each other, so it makes sense to do a triple threat. Because if they're going to have some shenanigans with the women's Money in the Bank or whatever they plan to do, they're planning on putting the title back on Becky. It's a bigger caliber match. I feel like if they do a triple threat, especially at a PLE, they don't need to ruin it having a Sunday night's main event. Hopefully they don't do that, but you never know. So Stephanie says that she thanks the universe for the constant support. She then says that she missed seeing Liv Morgan and Judgment Day. Would I like to see Roxanne? You would like to see Roxanne get pushed? It's coming. She's definitely going to get pushed. Through the fall, through the winter, she's going to be a champion for 2027, in my opinion. So she has taken over 50-something pinfalls since she's been on the main roster, but they did that to Liv too when she first come up. So I wouldn't get too worried about it because you see where Liv is now. So Roxanne's going to win a world championship. So Stephanie said that she missed seeing Liv Morgan and Judgment Day getting scared every time that they see her coming. Stephanie then says nobody can destroy her. Stephanie then puts the Judgment Day on notice that you're going to go through them one by one. Stephanie then says she tells Raquel, I beat you several times before. She'll do it again. And she called Roxanne Perez she tells her she's a dead woman walking. Stephanie then turns her attention to Liv Morgan. Stephanie then says she knows that Liv Morgan is scared. Stephanie then says the title belongs to her and there's not anyone that's going to stop her. And then out comes the man, Becky Lynch, who was out off of TV. I believe the last time we saw Becky was right after she lost the title to Soul. What was that, Clash in Italy? So a couple months off for Becky. Come back as a babyface. Crowd goes crazy. She's one of the GOATs. She makes her way out. She interrupts Stephanie by court. A lot of tension there, and you love to see it with Becky and Stephanie. That is a match I've definitely been wanting to see, so I'm looking forward to it. Stephanie wonders what Becky Lynch wants. Becky Lynch says, I probably don't want a lot, but probably wants the same thing as you do. Becky Lynch says she wants to beat up Liv Morgan for different reasons. She says she just doesn't like her. Becky Lynch says she knows Stephanie has a score to settle. Becky then says she thinks Liv Morgan has taken the WWE Women's World title back to the early 2000s. Becky's been cooking on the mic the last 2 weeks, and I agree. The women's for as long as I can remember, back over a year, the Raw Women's Championship has not been great. The booking and the 100+ day reigns with 1 or 2 title defenses, it's not great. And they're talking about it, so they know that we're talking about it on the internet. So Becky Lynch calls Stephanie backcourt. Strange one, she calls her Enigma. Like she says, like she can't figure her out. Stephanie's very dark and mysterious and all that. So she called her a Enigma, Enigma, which means very dark and ominous and mysterious. Becky Lynch says Stephanie backcourt is mysterious. She then says that she knows Stephanie made a big impact on Raw in a very short time. Becky then says the title doesn't need any more bad luck. Becky then says Stephanie can get her revenge, but when it comes to the championship matches, that is where she excels. Becky Lynch says she doesn't think that Stephanie deserves a shot at the WWE Women's World Championship. Stephanie then tells Becky not to get in her way, otherwise she will not spare her either. As soon as Stephanie backcourt leaves, Liv Morgan comes from behind and ambushes Becky Lynch from behind. Liv Morgan then goes for the Oblivion, but Becky Lynch hits her with the Bexploder. But then Stephanie backcourt has not made it all the way back to Gorilla. She hears what's going on. She runs into the ring, and she ends up trying to get a move on Liv. Liv comes out of it. And then Stephanie and Becky go face to face again with each other. So good stuff there. Tensions are boiling over between Becky and Stephanie, which I do believe, like I said, we're headed for a triple threat. So good stuff there. One of the best segments on Raw tonight. Looking forward to wherever they're going with the storyline. Looking forward to it. Good stuff. So we see Kathy Kelly with LA Knight. She asked, where does he stand? LA Knight says he's in the same place he was last week. LA Knight says he went out and bought some more of those cheap watches that Roman Reigns wanted to talk about. And it is time to see if he said something about the problem is that Roman Reigns can't figure out if he has the tingle in his loins to be able to face him. So yeah. The goddess says, I'm glad they used Dragon Lee. I like Dragon Lee. I think he's great. But what are they doing with Dominic? I mean, this Dominic Liv thing, it's like, it's way past oversaturated. I wouldn't. So somebody pitched it on one of my shows. I can't remember who it was, but maybe have Dom move on to somebody else. I mean, he's a lot like Eddie. Like, why not throw Dom and Stephanie together? Like something has to change. I mean, Liv's got a man now, so like she doesn't. They're just not very. Maxine and Austin Theory are way more affectionate. It looks way more real with Dom and Liv, in my opinion. Brian Breaker's he's killing it. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like ever since Liv's been with Landon, like she's, I believe she's engaged. So, and Dominic's married. So it just, Maxine makes it, her and Austin really make it look more believable to me. I mean, obviously it started off that way with Liv and Dom, but it's fizzled out. It's, she might climb on his back or they hold hands or something like that. So it's just, I don't know. I'm kind of over it. I love Liv, but it's time for her to be by herself. I agree. So, LA Knight talked about Roman Reigns, but then Solo Sikoa shows up, and he asked LA Knight if he saw what happened to Royce Keys last week, and LA Knight said he did. Solo says what happened last week might happen to him tonight, and then the Bloodline is going to come after you next. LA Knight says, let's get this one thing straight. What happened at SummerSlam was a one night only thing. We got caught up in emotion. That's it. Sutherland says, I'm just trying to let you know. I know you can handle yourself, but I'm just letting you know that it's going to be you against all of the bloodline, not just Roman Reigns. He then says he's trying to warn him, but he knows that LA doesn't need the help. So he's definitely letting him know, like, you're going to have your. They're picking them off one by one. So basically, that's how that works. Dominic Mysterio, just talking about him. He makes his way out to the ring for the next match of the night, as he's going to be going one-on-one versus Dragon Lee. Now, I believe they said Dominic Mysterio has been the AAA Mega Champion for 330 something plus days, that's freaking crazy. That's almost a year. Which that's a great attribute for him, but what's he doing on WWE television? Getting beat. Goddess said you call it. You said LA Knight versus Roman at Money in the Bank. I did. I put that in my channel, I believe, last week. So we'll see if it happens. I mean, anything can change, but that's definitely what I think. I think we get that at Money in the Bank. So this is a non-title match, which is a good thing because Dom would have lost the title tonight. But Dominic against Dragon Lee, definitely a great match. Dragon Lee always puts on great matches. Both men lock up. Dragon Lee hits Dominic with a shotgun drop kick. Dragon Lee then pounds away at Dominic. Dominic then hits Dragon Lee with a standing drop kick. Both men are now going back and forth, exchanging chops. Dragon Lee then hits a Hurricane Run and follows it up with a drop kick. Dragon Lee then runs into a big boot from Dom, but then Dragon Lee fires back and hits a double stomp and goes for the pin, but Dom kicks out at 2. Dominic then hits a clothesline and corners Dragon Lee, and he hits him with a thunderous chop. Dominic then sends Dragon Lee to the outside. Dominic then looks to take advantage and hits a crossbody off the top rope, wiping out Dragon Lee. Comment from the Goddess. Solo needs to stay face. He will. That storyline, it's gonna play out. You'll see. He's not going back with Roman. It's gonna appear that way for maybe for a minute or so, but WWE, somebody's already reported, I believe it was Fightful. So the original plan with Solo was supposed to be going back to the bloodline, but WWE seen the crowd reaction and stuff that Solo's been getting as a babyface, so they pivoted away from that. Now it's probably gonna act like he's going back, but Solo's gonna tell Roman, I'm not acknowledging you. They had to cheat to beat me and all that, so he's gonna come up with something telling you Solo's gonna be on the other side of the spectrum when it comes to that bloodline war game stuff. So Solo's not going with Roman. They're not taking him. The crowd was going crazy for him tonight. They're just not doing it. They're not. Yeah, I think Solo's gonna. I think next week you'll see Solo's gonna. You'll see that Solo may play into it for a week or so, but it's not gonna last very long. It's very fresh. What's going on, Will Harris? Did I hit any parlays today? I have no idea, actually. Truthfully, I do not know. I have not even looked. I never look at any of my plays until after the games are over. I played a couple of small ones, some basis parlays, put them in the Discord. I have no idea if I won. I don't. I never look until after the games are over. I don't like to watch it because then the cash out gets tempting. So I have no idea if I won. I truthfully don't. I have not seen anything about any of the games. So I put in 4 small parlays, basis parlays. I have no idea if any of them hit. Give me a grape soda. You want a grape soda? Got us. You can hear all these people in here. Oh, this is tea. This is tea. Sweet tea. Another day of money. Yeah, baseball is cooked. I don't know if you saw the report come out about Bryce Harper and the gambling stuff. I don't think we have baseball next year. I think it's going to a lockout. So I think baseball's going to be cooked next year. Raw was okay. I thought Soto joining with Bowman was weak. Yeah, he's not. It's gotta let it play out. He's not gonna join. He might for a minute, but it's gonna be fake. So yeah, it does look great, but sweet tea, Gold Peak sweet tea, extra sweet tea, extra sweet tea. Can't give me a grape soda. I would love a grape soda. I actually want a grape soda now. She said that. So Dominic continues to work on Dragon Lee's leg. He applies a chin lock in the middle of the ring. Dragon Lee fights back, but Dominic puts him down. Dragon Lee then tries to fight back, and he puts Dominic down with an elbow. Dragon Lee then hits a super kick and follows it up with a tornado DDT for a count of 2. Dragon Lee then flies off the top rope, taking out Dominic. Dominic then sends Dragon Lee real first into the apron. Dominic then hits a 619 outside the ring. Back in the ring, Dragon Lee hits a German suplex and he follows it up with a super kick. DW Media Page said grapes are good. I actually just had some grapes. I don't know where they went. They sell these big old like cups of like grapes, and I just got like 2 of them when I come in here. So grapes are fucking phenomenal. Love grapes and watermelon. So yeah, grapes are great. Grapes are awesome. So both men are battling out on the top rope. Dragon Lee hits a double stomp on Dominic for a count of 2. Dominic then goes for a 619 and hits it. Dominic then heads to the top rope and launches himself, but Dragon Lee gets his knees up and hits the Operation Dragon for the 1, 2, 3. Dragon Lee has pinned the AAA Mega Champion. Dirty Dominic Mysterio takes another loss. He lost at SummerSlam to Danhausen. What are we doing with Dominic? Big win for Dragon Lee, though. Big win. After the match, I talked about this yesterday on Scoop. Corey Graves did say a couple of things about this, but he called Big Cass a coward tonight, if you guys were listening on commentary. Corey Graves does not like Big Cass. I talked about this on Scoop yesterday. The reason why is because of Carmella. Big Cass and Carmella dated for like 3.5 years. And I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. I know what happened, but I'm not going to I don't want to put people's personal relationship business out like that. But Will says, grape and strawberry soda can't go wrong. I enjoy a nice cream soda. Cream soda. You guys are going to make me go get spend some money when I get done. Talking about all this food and cream. Now, I can tell you my ultimate favorite. I don't know if you guys have ever had one, but it's a root beer float. I buy an AEW root beer and maybe get it in a 2-liter, whatever. Get a mug and like stick it in the freezer and freeze it. Put like a couple scoops of vanilla ice cream and then pour that root beer on top of it. Oh my God. It is to die for. Stay lost. Everyone supports EVP on his YouTube. He needs our help. I mean, yes, I definitely appreciate any support I get. My channel's only a year old, so I'm on my way to 400 subscribers. So I definitely appreciate everybody's support in the comments. Especially for Sundays, you guys really kill it. And this is a lot of comments for Monday as well. So normally NXT is a little dead, but for me it's the best show. So I don't know. I don't understand why people don't like it. After the match, Big Cass comes again. He ambushes Dragon Lee. He takes Dragon Lee out with the big boot. Big Cass hits Dragon Lee with the East River Crossing, but then out comes Javon Evans. So again, talked about it yesterday. Everybody said, what's next for Big Cass? I think somebody asked me that. And I said, well, probably going to be Javon Evans. There's really nothing else for him to do right now until we possibly get into more. the man of the people. I don't know about that, but I appreciate the compliment. So Javon makes his way down to the ring. He's pumped up. He's not going to be pumped up long though. He starts to bring the fight to Big Cass. Big Cass and hits Javon with a clothesline. You guys should try that root beer float though. If you've never had one, you got to try one from me anyway. Get you a cold mug. Like, I don't know if you guys have those, but get you a mug or a glass, stick it in the refrigerator, and put 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream, pour some A&W root beer on top of it, and OMFG. Unbelievable. I could see Cass and Rusev teaming up if they end up breaking up him and Ethan. Yeah, I think it's coming though. That could happen. I'm hoping that my big surprise that I put in the news channel through the 7th, I'm hoping that comes true tomorrow because I have not seen anyone report it. So the big surprise on NXT tomorrow. I know that I believe his name is Justin Anderson, the UFC fighter. He was spotted. I know some. I believe it was false finish, which I don't talk about them much, but I believe they did. I seen them reported on X. Justin, I believe it's Justin or Dustin Anderson. I don't keep up with UFC, but he was spotted at the Performance Center. But I definitely haven't seen anybody report that Zilla could be on NXT tomorrow. I still think that. I'm really hoping that comes to light because I definitely put that in the Kingpin can see everything now. He's in the news channel, so he won that free month yesterday. Shout out to Jessica and Landon as well for winning that $125 yesterday. They have been paid out as well. So Big Cass, bear up small guys, beat up small guys. He does. He's a big old bully. I'm 6'4", so I'm really tall. I saw that too. Is he full-time? I'm not sure. I didn't report that, so I don't know. I don't have a lot of information. I just saw that False Finish reported it. That he was at the PC. I mean, maybe so. I mean, if he's at the PC working out, maybe looking into it. I don't think he's the person that Robert Stone was on the phone with. JD from NY even talked about it on his show Saturday that Zilla was gone from HOG and he knew where he was going, but he wasn't going to spoil it. I'm telling you, I believe he's going to be on NXT tomorrow. So hopefully I can get that one right. UFC partner, that's correct. NXT needs something on the men's side. I think they're pretty set on the women's, but I think they definitely could use a couple. I think it helps that Grayson Waller and Cruz Montana are over there now because they were very, very young on the men's side on NXT. The women's phenomenal though. So Javon storms the ring, tries to take the fight to Big Cass. Big Cass and hits Javon with the clothesline, but then Javon goes for an OG cutter on Big Cass, but Big Cass has a big boot to Javon Evans. Stands tall. Big Cass, I'm not impressed. I don't know. I like him. I'm not really a big fan of what they're doing, like with him and Javon. He's kind of making Javon look like a geek. If you really want to know my honest opinion. Anything on Mark Henry's on NXT. I've heard some rumblings about it, but I haven't heard anything lately. So I don't know if I told you when you joined the Discord, but if you have like a question or anything, I mean I'll answer them on this show, obviously. But if you like, if it's something you think of in the middle of the night or something, the CJ's News Talk, that's where people put their questions and stuff. I'm trying to keep a lot of stuff out of the general chat because them people aren't paying. So if they're not paying, then I don't want them to get all the information. So I will ask, but I did hear some rumblings on it, but I haven't heard anything in a while. So I'll ask though. The hunting jacket, you like that? Samasi Oak. I'm from Louisiana, so country. So I had to check it for a while. It's one of my favorites. So, like I said, I'm not impressed with what they've done with Big Cat so far. I think he's built like a brick shit house, but I mean, he's, it's big jacked up guy, but I don't know. I think we got to get Enzo or something. What is he gonna do? He's not facing Roman Reigns, so like, what is he gonna do? I don't know. I think we got to get Enzo in there. We got to get that tag title off the division. Most importantly, in my opinion. But I will ask about Mark Henry and about the UFC fighter. See if I can find out. That was false finisher report. I don't know anything about that. So we see Byron Saxton. He's in the backstage area. We haven't seen so much of Sol Ruca since she lost the Intercontinental Championship. She looked phenomenal tonight, as always. Sol Ruca says she's been stuck. She has been stuck in the Judgment Day vortex. So where do they hear this Judgment Day vortex? That word vortex. If they don't pay attention to podcasters, or if they don't pay attention online, then how would they know the word vortex? Because that shit gets used all the time on podcasts and on the internet. They fucking pay attention to everything. Royce Keys is out indefinitely. Yes. Something to do with his larynx. It's just a write-off. They chat GPT'd his injury, truthfully. Goddess, this is what they do. You'll see him back in time for Survivor Series. I don't know who the guy was in here yesterday that said he was released, but that's fucking ridiculous. That's definitely not the case. I don't know. I can't remember that guy's name, but I don't want him to unsubscribe, but I don't want to call him out, but, he come in here saying somebody reported that Royce Keys was released, and I can tell you right now that that ain't. I think he said Slice reported that, and I don't really believe that Slice would have reported that because it's not even close to being accurate. So it doesn't. I don't know. Something didn't really sit well with that. I think that was just some trolling or something. Maybe I don't know. But Royce Keys is not getting released, so I don't think Slice reported that either. So I think whoever that was may have been trolling. He was coming in. I've seen Tyler. I think his name's Tyler. I've seen him come in a couple of times and pretty friendly person. But yesterday he come in with that, and I'm just like, fuck, like I wouldn't be putting out other people's news and putting out information like that. It's just not as that it's a bad look on Slice or anything, but I mean, if that's I never would go into somebody else's spoiler show and say, okay, well, Dave Meltzer reported that R-Truth was winning the world title next week. That's pretty close to that, so pretty wild. Yes, he did, but we must inform him that wasn't the truth. And yeah, I definitely did. I definitely let him know. Like I said, I don't know what Slice reports, but I can almost guarantee that he didn't report that because that's definitely not true. So I try to keep it cordial. There's people that don't like me that report, but at the end of the day, everybody's not going to like you, but I try to be respectful. I definitely give credit to the people when they report stuff. So at the end of the day, but I know Slice didn't report that. I can just tell you that. I don't even have to ask. I wouldn't even have to ask Slice. I could guarantee you that he didn't put that report out because that's not even close to being accurate. And I see a lot of stuff that gets reposted from him, and he's pretty accurate. So that was definitely trolling. So we see Byron Saxton with Sol Ruca. She says the IWC word, she's been stuck in the Judgment Day vortex and she's tired of it. So Solon says tonight is all about revenge. She says she's going to get back what's rightfully hers, and that's the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship after she's done with them tonight. So Ruca then says she's not the only one who wants revenge on the Judgment Day. Then we get Danhausen again. He calls her Sol Rucahausen. He wants to be the mystery partner. She tells him he said he has money, but she says she's already that spot's been taken. And she walks off. And then Danhausen asked Byron Saxton for some money. So we see Sakura, and he's warming up as he's getting ready to go one-on-one with Jey Uso in the main event. We then see Adam Pearce and LA Knight arguing backstage. LA Knight says he can wear a lucha mask. He's got a mask on. I think I cracked up about that yesterday. He said, what if they put fucking LA Knight in one of those masks and have him win the fucking the tournament? I think that would be a disrespectful, but you never know with WWE. I don't think so. I think Pence would win it, but he had a mask, so I was like, holy shit. He said, does he have to wear a lucha mask and enter the WWE World Heavyweight Championship tournament to get a shot at Roman? Adam Pearce said, I'm a man of my word. You've been on me for a long time. He said, when the tournament's over, we will find a way to get you inserted into the title picture, which means money in the fucking bank for LA Knight against Roman Reigns. Jacob Fatu then walks up. Very heated exchange here with Jacob and LA Knight. He said, you're just not going to learn, or you just keep running your mouth about Roman and the bloodline. LA Knight can tell Jacob Fatu to go tell his daddy, Roman Reigns, to get permission if he wants to lay a finger on him. Jacob Fatu puts LA Knight on notice. He tells him that he will take him out. He's all gas, no brakes, all, whatever Jacob's famous thing. So, we go to the next matchup. The Judgment Day make their way down to the ring. They're going to be going up against Sol Ruca and a mystery. I don't know why they said that. That's fucking good. So it's the Intercontinental Champions. LA Grande Americano. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Kingpin, it would not surprise me. So we get the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion Raquel Rodriguez and the Prodigy Roxanne Perez both look phenomenal versus Sol Ruca and the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky. The match on top of Sol and Raquel. Sol applies a side headlock. Then she hits a forearm. Raquel then runs into a big drop kick. Roxanne is now the legal woman. She has an uppercut in the corner. Roxanne is now back on the assault. So Ruca then targets Roxanne's midsection. Io Sky then comes in. She hits a standing drop kick. So Ruca then hits a senton before heading out. Raquel then hits a big boot to Sol Ruca. She then tosses Io Sky into the ring. Sol Ruca and Io Sky then send the Judgment Day to the outside. Io then goes for a suicide dive, but Raquel catches her mid-air. That was badass from Raquel. Sol Ruca then hits a big moonsault. Roxanne Perez then takes everybody out on the outside of the ring with a huge crossbody. Shout out to the 138 people we have watching live. Thank you guys so much. And if you are watching live on YouTube, please hit that like button. I know I'm probably never going to get, well, not say never, but one of these days I'll have enough subscribers to where I can get 15 likes a stream, but Sunday Night Scoops is definitely my breadwinner right now. I think I got 600 YouTube views. I was looking back at all my old shows. It was on Backlash. It was on the recap show. I got over 600 YouTube views, and I still don't understand how, because I was in the hundreds in subscribers at that time. So it's crazy how YouTube does all that shit. So back in the ring, Roxanne continues to beat down on Sol Ruca. Raquel then comes in. She pounds away at her opponent. 138 right now. Watching live. Like it up. That's right. That's right, Luke Gotti. Tell him. Yeah, hopefully so. Gotta walk before, gotta crawl before you walk. I've only been going for about 12 months. I have over 1,100 live videos or close to it. So on the way to 400 subscribers. So you got to crawl before you walk. Everybody starts from the bottom. You got to work your way up. Just got to put the work in. Keep grinding. That's all you can do. Yeah, I mean, next up is 400. So then we get to 5, and then the race is on from there. So Ruca counters, sends Raquel's forehead into the canvas with an X Factor. Io Sky comes in and she hits an uppercut to Roxanne. Io Sky then uses Raquel to knock down Roxanne. Io Sky then hits a bullet train attack. Io Sky then goes to the top rope. She hits a missile drop kick. She then goes for a double underhook, but hits Roxanne Perez with a backbreaker for a count of 2. Roxanne Perez then sends Io Sky into the turnbuckle. Raquel Rodriguez then comes in, and Io Sky hits Rodriguez with a tornado DDT. Roxanne Perez then breaks things up. What was that? Okay, she breaks it up. Okay. So then Raquel hits an inverted vertical suplex to Io. Roxanne then hits a springboard moonsault. Sol Ruca saved the match. Io was about to get pinned. Sol Ruca then sends Raquel Rodriguez over the top rope into the floor. Roxanne Perez then hits Sol Ruca with the kick. She then goes for a Shining Wizard, but Io Sky countered with a German suplex. She follows it up with another bullet train attack, but then Sol Ruca then hits a German suplex. Then that was a massive German suplex from Sol Ruca to Roxanne. But then Raquel Rodriguez then blasts Sol Ruca, but Io Sky then hits Raquel Rodriguez, knocking her to the floor, and she then hits a moonsault over the top rope and to the floor on Raquel Rodriguez. And then Sol Ruca and Roxanne are the legal women in the ring. Sol Ruca hits Roxanne with a super kick, sets up in the corner, and hits a monster soul snatcher for the 1, 2, 3. Sol Ruca and Io Sky with the win. I believe this is either number 57 or 58. The 58th time, I believe. I have to look it up again. That Roxanne Perez has been pinned since she's been on the main roster, which is just absolutely astronomical. You work at a good job, right? When I come to that store, I get something free. I don't work here. I just stopped here for to get some food and stuff. I don't work at a store. I work at a plant. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, if you come here, you know, I'm sure we could work something out. But I don't work at a store. I work at a plant actually. So this is like a truck stop type store or something like that. So stopping here to stream really quick. Girl's at home asleep, so don't want to wake her up. So Sol Ruca and Io Sky get to win. We see Paul Heyman in the hallway, and they're still telling the story with Braun, Paul, and Oba Femi. A lot of people think, oh, maybe Oba's turning. I don't think so. Braun Breaker he asked Paul Heyman, did you see what Oba Femi did? Then he asked Paul if he thinks Oba's the future of WWE. Paul Heyman says he has great love for Braun personally and professionally. Paul Heyman then says he respects Oba, though, for what he did to the person. Paul Heyman then says Oba did everything he said he would do to Brock, and he has to respect him. Braun Breaker said, I'm going to ask you again, do you think Oba is the future of WWE or not? Paul Heyman then says Braun is starting to think that Oba is the future of WWE. Paul Heyman then says he will continue to respect Oba until Braun Breaker gives him a reason. Until Braun Breaker shows that Oba Femi does not deserve the respect of Paul Heyman. Braun Breaker said, okay, I got you. So a little bit more of Braun Breaker kind of getting the point. We're gonna get Braun and Paul Heyman together. Yeah, she does not like me waking her up at fucking midnight with the YouTube stream. She's cool with the YouTube stuff, but she does not like to be woke up. She has to get up really early, so I don't have to get up early tomorrow. So okay, so a lot more storytelling with Braun and Paul Heyman and Oba. When we get to this match, I don't know. Maybe close to the end of the year. Maybe WrestleMania. We'll see. So we see Jey Uso warming up ahead of the main event. So I did not see this part, but I got some notes. Yes, she does not like to be woke up. She gets really pissed. She is super chill, laid back, but if she gets woken up, OMG. She loves the YouTube, she loves wrestling, she loves sports, but she's very supportive of what I do, but she does not like to be woken up. So if I have to stream late, I'm getting off. I just got off work not long ago, so I'll just go ahead and just stop and stream. I don't want to wake her up. So we see Ethan Page. He's out on the stage. Ethan Page says he is out here tonight to give the WWE Universe an opportunity to do something important. Ethan says he fears that fans will miss the boat. Ethan says he's going to assume that fans have noticed that he has carried the entire brand on his back since debuting on Monday Night Raw. Ethan Page is feeling himself tonight. Ethan Page says he gave classic matches week after week. He then says he wants the WWE Universe to thank him. He then receives a chorus of boos. Ethan Page says he doesn't do anything for fans. Ethan Page says he will have gold around his waist soon, and fans can appreciate him. So somebody asked me yesterday what was next for Chad Gable. Obviously, I didn't say Rey Mysterio because I don't think that's going to be a long feud, but I think Ethan Page is going to be the centerpiece for Gable once he beats Rey. You're glad that your man streams early? Yeah, it's a good thing. I don't stream early very often, so. But it's good if your man. Who's that? Who's been? Where has who been? Ethan? Or I'm not Chad Gable. I'm not sure what we're talking about. So we see Penta. He's talking to Rey Mysterio. Chad Gable walks up. Gives props to Penta for the incredible victory tonight. Penta then walks off. Penta said Chad's great as well. Chad Gable says, tells Rey Mysterio he's doing incredible work over in AAA. He then says the tournament is one of the coolest things he has seen in a long time. He then tells Rey it would be an absolute honor to defend his Intercontinental Championship against the greatest luchador of all time, Rey Mysterio. Rey says, even though I am the GM of AAA, I still have a lot of gas left in the tank. He said, I would love to face you for that Intercontinental Championship. They shake hands. And Chad Gable says he's going to go talk to Adam Pearce. So we'll see when that match happens. Will that match happen on Raw or will that happen on AAA? I think it happened on Raw because I don't think Chad Gable is going to be working on AAA right now. Hey, Leslie. Why was Roman acting like he didn't know about Rey? I think he 100% knows that Rey runs AAA. I think that was just storyline to set up for this tournament. Roman definitely knows that Rey Mysterio is the GM over in AAA. Petty. Yeah, I mean, it's Roman. Roman he was oh, I know now. It's just, I don't think it was anything that serious, honestly. I like Gable. He's nice. Chad Gable is one of my favorites. I'm glad he won at SummerSlam. So we're going to get that match. Rey Mysterio is going to challenge Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship. So Rey Mysterio says he's got plenty left in the tank. So we get another segment with Sol Ruca and Io Scott tonight. That's great. And then we also got Lyra Valkyria in here. Lyra Valkyria actually defeated Jada Parker in the dark match tonight. So I don't know if you guys were aware of that. But that's what they think about Lyra. They have her wrestling in a fucking dark match, which is just absolutely crazy. She faced Jada Parker in the dark match tonight. What do you guys think about that? That's just unbelievable. Yeah. I believe Dominic is. So I got to get back to where I was at. I lost track, but I want to talk about that comment because that's a really good comment before we get to the Sol Ruca interview. We're almost done. We're almost at the main event. But yeah, Lyra Valkyria defeated Jada Parker in the main event dark match. So, which is just crazy. That Lyra goes from feuding with Bayley to Intercontinental Championship stuff, but now she's fucking wrestling in the dark match. Again, I love Jada Parker, but she's on NXT, so it's kind of wild. Kind of wild to me, my opinion. But all right, so let's see. Dom versus Rey loading. So WWE the original plan was they wanted Gunther to be the one to retire Rey. I don't think Rey wanted it that way, so it didn't happen. When Gunther retiring everybody, I believe Dominic is going to be ultimately be the one to beat Rey. in his last match, in my opinion. I believe that's how that's going to play out. Dom and Ray is definitely loaded. They never handle the women right. I'm not a fan of Lyra Valkyria wrestling Jada Parker on a main event match, on a dark match. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. And they should have moved Lola to Raw because SmackDown already has women that are not being featured. Very oversaturated over there. So he was on Ray. Yep. Give the girls their own show at this point. You know, I think you were the one that brought that up to me on a Raw show, Leslie, to be honest with you. And I talked to Kyle about that also off camera. I was like, man, they really should do that, like one night a week, because there's a lot of women that's not getting enough screen time. So I would agree. I 100% agree with that. Too many off TV. Yes, I agree. And I love the profile picture, by the way. I really love. Thank you. So we see Sol and Io in the back. Lyra Valkyria looks like she hasn't slept in like 2 months. She comes up to applaud their victory. I love what they're doing with Lyra, but they just don't put her on TV enough. Lyra says she sees why Sol needed Io as a partner. Lyra then asks why does Sol think she deserved a title match before her? Sol then says she doesn't jump ahead of anyone. Lyra then says if Sol gets in the way of the title she created, she will regret it. And Io's like, is she okay? And Sol's like, oh, she just needs to get some sleep. So I love what they're doing with Lyra, but they completely got away from it. Once Sol dropped the title to Raquel, I thought we were getting Lyra and Sol at SummerSlam, but they just got away from it. Maybe we get Bayley. I don't know what's going on with Bayley. I know her contract's coming up, so we'll see what happens with that. So go to the main event. So Dakota makes his way onto the ring. Going one-on-one with the main event. Jey Uso coming to the ring by Jimmy. The stipulation is if Jey wins, Solo has to go with them to acknowledge Roman next week. And if Solo wins, then the Bloodline have to leave him alone, which could have told you right there who was winning. So that Solo is not going to get away from the Bloodline stuff right now. Still a lot of story left to be told. So the match starts off with Jey saying something to Solo before they lock up. He said, tell him that he's going to be coming home. That's what it sounded like he said. Both men then lock up and Solo pushes Jey away. Solo then taunts Jey. Jey then gets a series of right hands to Solo. Jey then drives his shoulder into the midsection of Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa then hits a shoulder tackle. And back on the assault. Solo then hits Jey with the running splash for a near fall. Jey then drives his shoulder into the midsection of Solo. Jey then hits Solo with a kick, but he runs into a high elbow. Solo then sends Jey to the floor. Fights go to the outside. Solo then hits a right hand to Jey. Jey sends Solo into steel steps. Jey's now pounding away at Solo, then continues to inflict damage on the outside. Back in the ring, Jey hits Solo Sikoa with a kick. Solo then tries to fight back, but Jey sends him to the outside and drives Solo Sikoa into the barricade with a suicide dive. Back in the ring, Jey hits a crossbody, only gets a count of 2. Solo then hits a clothesline and both men are down. Both men trade strikes in the middle of the ring. Solo Sikoa then hits a Samoa drop and calls up the splash in the corner. Solo Sikoa then hits a running hip attack in the corner. Jey then tries to fight back with a series of rights. Solo Sikoa then sits down on Jey, only for a count of 2. I saw something tonight that makes me think Rikishi. Solo did Rikishi move. Jey then applies a sleeper hold in the middle of the ring. Solo then sent Jey into the corner. Solo then hits a spinning heel kick and calls up a spinning with the spinning Solo for a count of 2. Jimmy Uso then gets on the apron, calls a distraction for Jey. Jey then hits a spear, but Solo kicked out at 2. Jey cannot believe that Solo kicked out a spear at 2. Jey then super kicks Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa then fights back and hits an elbow, and then hits a spike on Jimmy, which gets involved in the match. But then Jey Uso hits another spear, and then goes up top to the top rope and hits the Uso splash for the 1, 2, 3. Jey Uso has pinned Solo Sikoa, which means he is going to deliver Solo Sikoa to Roman Reigns next week on Raw, but he ain't joining that, so I can tell you that right now. So see what the matches are for next week. Next week, Roman Reigns will be back on Raw. They haven't really announced too many matches. Let me pull up the bracket again because I know we're doing 2 tournament matches next week. Roman Reigns returns to Raw next week. I did not write this down, so you guys don't get mad at me. Normally I write down everything. I just sent Miami the Roman thong because it's simple. Because I don't really know much about the AAA stuff. So next Monday it's going to be Dragon Lee versus at the bottom half of the bracket on the final, the 4 at the bottom. Ray Phoenix versus El Fiscal and Dragon Lee versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. So Dragon Lee wrestles again next week in the tournament. Man, I really would love to see Dragon Lee win that. I would love to see Ray Phoenix win that. I think maybe I'm going to predict maybe La Parka. I don't know. I don't know much about La Parka or Psycho Clown. Penta's beat either one of those 2, but I would love to see Dragon Lee and Ray Phoenix in the bottom half. Both of them advance, and then you get maybe I'll say Penta and maybe La Parka. I don't know. Just guessing. And then you will get Penta and Ray Phoenix in the finals, with Penta advancing on to face Roman Reigns in Mexico. So that's it, guys, for our Raw recap. We went an hour and 35 minutes. If you are watching live on YouTube, please hit that like button, and I definitely appreciate you guys. Do some shout outs really quick so we can get out of here after get home. Tribal Kingpin, thank you to everyone who signed up for the Fantasy Football League. Yes, we did fill it in. I told Kingpin, I said, I'm going to really start pushing it after SummerSlam. I think it took like 2 days to fill a 12-person league. Had some people reach out for a smaller one. So if you see me post anything or Kingpin, like I said, once I get all my entries and I get everything set with that, I can maybe try to do another small $10 league as we have a couple of weeks before it gets kicked underway. And there's a couple of people that's already asking me. I usually run 4 or 5 a year, so but not this year. Also, the exclusive news channel, $3 a month. People are winning a month here, a month there from Sunday Night Scoots from the over 10 likes. So thank you guys for that. Somebody this coming up Sunday will win another month. It won't be Tribal Kingpin or Yankees Girl, but somebody new will win this Sunday. It just depends on who shows up in the comments. I mean, if it's just them 2, then obviously just one of them 2 will win, but I highly doubt that's going to be the case. And the NXT Heatwave prediction show will be August the 26th. I have it tentatively filled up, but I would like to have 2 people on backup because I'm not sure if Nitro and Caleb are going to be able to make it. So if you are interested in coming on the NXT Heatwave prediction show, it will be August 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So let me know. I will be making another post about that tomorrow. Shout out to I Am Lugatti with the fire. I love it. Tribal Kingpin. Shout out to my boy Raymond. Shout out to Greg at the DWE Family Media page. Shout out to Dennis. He didn't say much tonight. What's up, Dennis? EVP, my bro. Brother. Yes, I agree with you. They're still talking about Brock. Shout out to Greg from the DW Family Media page. They had a little technical difficulties earlier for the rundown, but make sure you tune in to him and Colin and Anthony every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern for the rundown. They did have a little bit of a StreamYard was really playing up earlier. Shout out to the Goddess Coffee Break. Yeah, I'm not on a coffee break. I'm off for the night, but thank you for coming in. Thank you for all your comments. Shout out to Will Harris at Q2X. Must be one of my gambling buddies. Hopefully he hits some parlays. I haven't looked at mine. I will look after this trip. I never look until after. I probably didn't win shit. I haven't won in fucking 2 weeks. So I'm probably done with baseball until football season gets here. You guys need to try the root beer float. Shout out to my boy Tribal Kingpin. Anybody else? Shout out to Lugatti. Pick it up. Yeah, let's see how many likes we can get for this stream. Shout out to Leslie. She's been coming in quite a bit. Your comment. Thank you for coming in. If you can, please make sure you hit that like button. Hopefully, I'll see you Sunday. Maybe you'll win a month on the news channel. We'll see. We will see. Can't wait for that next Monday. Yeah, it's gonna be. I love even though I don't watch it because I don't have time on Saturday. Saturday's kind of my relaxed day unless it's a PLE. Hang out with the family, do stuff like that, go to the movies, go out to eat, go to the casino, do whatever. But I don't have time to watch AAA. But man, when they have matches on Raw, they absolutely cook. I probably love the show. Go home, get some sleep. Yeah, I'm about done. I'm about getting ready to wrap it up. So thank you for coming in. So we are live on my YouTube channel. We're live on my X page, and we're also live on DW Television X. Make sure you follow DW Television on X. Everyone affiliated, starting with the CEO himself, Miami the Great. You'll catch him live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But starting at the end of August, the EVP Miami NFL Recap Show will be back. Season 2. We will start at the end of August. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you tune in for that. Last season was a big hit. So looking forward to getting back with Miami on Tuesdays. There will not be any more doubleheader Sundays. But starting at the end of August, I will rotate 2 doubleheader Tuesdays. So looking forward to working with Miami. Best sports podcast team out there. YouTube. Don't care what anybody else says. We bring the goods. Start next year. If MLB is back in, if they do have a Major League Baseball season next year, then I will be doing a show every morning using Prop Finder to highlight or show everybody my highlights and who I think is the best person to make a play for a home run. So now I may do strikeouts too because I'm starting to kind of dabble in the strikeout game too. So NFL, yes. Can't wait for the sports podcast. We're the best, and Miami will say the same thing. The best 2-man sports podcast out there today. So you guys make sure you tune in for that. And Miami's going to be doing a lot of NBA stuff too. I might be on there with them some. But he's going to be covering most of the NBA, and I'm going to be doing MLB next year. So also. But you can catch Miami right now until we're back on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, with Inside the NFL Mind with Miami on the DW television page, on Talk It Up podcast on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on Twitch at DW TV, DW Television. Also, Miami's co-host and the CFO and the HR of DWE, Final Boss Baby. I think there were a lot. I believe it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, I was off Saturday. So you can catch them every Saturday with DW Radio. You can also catch that on DW Television. Talk It Up podcast on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. DW TV, DW Television on Twitch. They are also on Spotify. It's the radio that's not on the radio, but they have over 20-something episodes on Spotify. So make sure you guys check them out. Great content. Always a long show, but always worth it. They work really well together. So it's always really good content there. Pretty girl final balls. So also the World of Greg. They had a little hiccup earlier. Obviously, StreamYard was being an asshole. But you can catch him and Kyle the Man Anthony every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern for the rundown. So make sure you follow the World of Greg. He is the marketing director of DWE. So make sure you follow him. Speaking of Kyle and Anthony, make sure you follow him on X as well. You can catch Kyle on the rundown on Mondays, but also every Wednesday night, which will be streamed live on the DWE television page. I believe on Twitch as well. Also on my YouTube page and my X page. I will be joining Kyle Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Queens of WWE episode number 9, where we will be talking about everything from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT on the women's side. Great show, kind of changing up the concept. We're just going strictly about the women's division. So that's Kyle's show. I'm just a co-host, but I enjoy it. So, and it is live on my YouTube channel as well. So also, make sure you follow the Reckless one, Reg. on X as well. After Slam Podcast on X, YouTube, Instagram, I believe, TikTok, and YouTube. Yes, all of those. You can find After Slam everywhere. He's killing it. Also, you can subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to After Slam on YouTube as well. The Smoke Session Podcast and Sports Chat Network. Everyone affiliated with Gimmick Table Media. That being said, guys, this has been your Raw Recap here on the EVP Show. Monday, August 10th, 2026. I will be back shortly. Tell you guys where you can find me on my socials and what I have coming up for the rest of this week.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go, show recap prediction sports
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go.
All right, once again, thank you for tuning in to the Raw Recap here on the EVP Show, Monday, August the 10th, 2026. Shout out to the 163 people that tuned in live to watch the Raw Recap. As part of my social media, it is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. All my links are in my bio. You can find me on X, EVPCJP. My YouTube is all the way at the top of the page. We're on the road to 400 subscribers. So if you see it up there up top, it's that repeat button. Share with your friends and family if you enjoy my content. I'm sure they will too. As we are on the road to 400. Somebody just won $125 yesterday. So bigger prize for 400, and obviously 500 is the big boy. So let's keep that train rolling. On Instagram, it's a business account, but my YouTube is in my bio. You can find me at EVPCJP. You can see all of my upcoming streams made by Miami, or Greg on Instagram. TikTok, same thing, business account, but my YouTube link is in my bio. You can find me on TikTok at Brady the Goat 21. That's at BRADYDA Goat 21. Where you can see all of my videos from my upcoming streams. The NXT videos are already out for tomorrow. Last but not least, most importantly, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you cannot find my YouTube channel on any of my social media platforms, go to that search bar and type in at the EVP Show, as we are on the road to 400 subscribers. I got another subscriber after last night, so we are at 320. We are 80 away from 400. So thank you guys for that. If you are subscribed, turn the notification bell on, and we'll remind you when I go live. What I have coming up next for you guys tomorrow night, it is NXT. Join me at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time for your NXT recap. Then Wednesday, we shift gears to the women's division. I will be joining Kyle the Man Anthony at 8 p.m. Eastern for Queens of WWE episode number 9. Thursday, I shift gears from wrestling to reality TV. Join me at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time Thursday night for the Big Brother Season 28 Week 5 recap show. And then Friday night, will Jason Jane become the new Women's United States Champion? Come join me at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Friday night for the SmackDown recap show. And then Saturday, I'm off. And there's no doubleheader Sunday anymore, but come back and lock in next Sunday at 6 p.m. or this coming up Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, as I will be giving away another 1 month free month of my exclusive news channel in the Discord for getting over 10 likes. So always a lot of fun. Don't really care how long the stream goes. Don't want to go 8 hours, but I try to keep it 3 hours or less. But you guys come lock in, bring your questions, popcorn, drink, whatever you want to bring. Let's have a good time, talk about wrestling. And I will answer every single question that is posted from Twitter and from YouTube. That will be Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern with Sunday Night Scoops with the EVP. With that being said, that is my schedule for the rest of the week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your Monday. Hopefully you have an even better Tuesday. And you come lock in and come join me tomorrow night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time for your NXT recap. I am the EVP from the EVP Show and the Golden Boy of DWE. And DWE is the only place to be. You guys have a happy Tuesday. Come back and join me tomorrow night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time for your NXT recap. Good night, everyone.